in 1973, he founded, with others, the Philmont Staff Association then.
Well, all I can say is, what an incredible day. I think all of us are so pleased to finally be here and to see this happen. 45 years ago, September 1973, a small band of former staffers and ranch management met at the confluence of the Agua Fria and the Rayado Creeks at Fish Camp. We had an exciting weekend putting together a constitution. And I would be remiss if I didn't recognize the other members of that confluence team, two others of whom are here today. Phil Yunker, where's Phil? Stand, please. I haven't seen Dave Bates, but I think he was supposed to be here. Dave, are you here? Good. There were other members. Rod Replago, who was unable to be here today because of health issues. And then of course there were the ranch management people, John Shutt and the iconic, legendary Joe Davis, and as well as Jerry Trout, one of the finest staff members ever to go through, be at Philmont. Tragically, those people are now deceased. Now, on September 17, we came out of the mountains and we met at the villa and we signed the Constitution. And that was the beginning, the birth of the PSA. We knew without any doubt that this organization could bring to Philmont and Scouting a great gift for the future. We had no doubt about it. Those of us who were at the confluence and several other former staff members formed the organizing committee. And I don't know how many members of the original organizing committee are here, but if you were a member of it, would you please stand? Phil, Dave, I know you were, and others back here. We've got Don Wilson. For 2 years, we put together the association and we formed the organization, and we recruited members. We established possibilities for program. We instituted the High Country, which was then nothing more than a 2 or 3 page, almost mimeograph, if anybody knows what mimeographing is anymore. We do, the old ones. And now today, look what Mark Stinnett, former president, PSA member of the Philmont Ranch Committee, and editor of the High Country, look what he's put together. Incredible. So by the end of the 2 years, we were halfway up the Tooth of Time Ridge. Patience is the mother of perseverance. And we had patience, knowing that with perseverance, we would reach the top of Baldy, and we did, and now we're climbing into the heavens. Yes, we had a great team to get us off the ground, but those great leaders who came later were the booster rockets. At the risk of missing some of the great leaders that put us there today, I want to mention a few. First of all, I want to mention the PSA presidents. Don Wilson is here with us, and I'm trying to, who else? Vern Holman are the two of the past former that are here. Bill Spice was the general manager in 1994. At the same time, Mark Stinnett was the PSA president. Bill, more than any other general manager up to that time, put the rocket in gear, and Mark took the controls. And by the way, are there any other former general managers here? That's it? Okay, I thought we had a few more, but a few. And after Mark came Ed Pease. Words cannot express how much Ed did for this organization. Ed cannot obviously be with us today, because of his health issues, and our prayers are with him. But we know he is here in spirit. And of course, another very important part of this whole PSA workings is Mark Anderson. Mark, where are you? Right back here. Great. Tremendous amount of work. And of course, there was Dean Tooley, who's been introduced. And today, we now have our president, John Murphy, under whose tenure this beautiful building has been created. Now, despite our optimism for the future, the Confluence Group and the organizing committee knew we had big mountains to climb. There were those who were skeptical, and I think we've now proved that the skepticism was not necessary. Today, we are an integral part of Philmont and the Boy Scouts of America. Why are we there? Because we have succeeded in the number one goal of service, first to our scouts, then to the staff, to Philmont, and of course to the Boy Scouts of America. We have proved our worth and value. Just think of how many scouts and how many staff members have benefited from the programs and the things we've done for Philmont. Just the quickie. If you look back at it, we've built buildings. We've given them scholarships. We've given out railroad camperships. We've also done a lot to hang on to the history of Philmont through our publications. I know a couple of the authors are here today. If I miss any, please, I'd still like you to stand. But first of all, I want to introduce Dave Caffey, who really started before, but later on, his book got republished by the PSA. Where's Dave? Right here. Then of course, there's Bill Cass. Bill, you're back there. Bill has written a number of books, and he's writing one now. Of course, another thing I want to say about program, about the PSA and what we've done this year, this tragic year that is still, in its own way, a bright shining light for the way everybody has handled the whole situation. The PSA. Dolly, how much money have we raised so far? Roughly.
$171,000.
$171,000 in the first 24 hours. Am I right? $45,000 was raised. Is that right?
Like in the first few days, but yeah.
First few days. Okay, close. All right, 48 hours. And we have spawned several other staff associations. The Northern Tier, the Summit, and I'm a member of the Summit Staff Association now, as well as and of course the Sea Base, and as well as many other council staff associations. All have grown from the PSA. And Ed Pease has said that the PSA played a role in the founding of the National Scout Alumni Association. I've often been asked whether I believed we could go where we are today, and the answer has always been a resounding yes. The Confluence Group never had doubt. Our Confluence crew discussed the possibility of one day having our own building. We knew it would happen, and here it is. And we're all, say those of us that are with the Confluence Group and the organizing committee, are so pleased to see where the future, the great leaders that came after us have done. Now, none of this would have happened had we not had the full support of the ranch committee and ranch management, and that continues. And I thank you to Kevin Dowling and to Steve Nelson and the rest of the ranch management for what you've done and to help us and put us on the right track. And look at our own PSA professional staff. They've already been introduced, but beginning with Don Chandler, then Michelle Allen, then Randy Saunders, and now we have Dolly O'Neill and Cassandra Robinson as her assistant. And what a phenomenal job they are doing, and you just have to look around and see right over there. Now we look to the future. Just again, those that are current staff members, would you please stand? The current staff members. We look at you, and we have to say this: you are the future leaders of the PSA. You may have a seat. And we don't want you are the future. You are the people that will go out and have career successes. You are the people that will bring other programs, other ideas, other abilities to the PSA. And thank you. We know we're looking forward to that one. By the way, I'd be remiss if I didn't introduce. She's going to break into tears as I am, my daughter.